No, Scott, I have an even better idea. I'm going to place him in an easily escapable situation involving an overly elaborate and exotic death.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times movie characters celebrated too early.
Hello. There's the ship. In case we were wrong. And clearly we were wrong.
For this list, we'll be looking at heroes and villains who got excited, only for them to be swiftly brought back down to earth moments later. We're excluding TV characters as they deserve their own list. Since plot details will be mentioned, this is your spoiler alert. Have you ever celebrated too early? Tell us your story in the comments. Number 10. Janie Orlean. Don't Look Up. Usually, world leaders in disaster movies are calm, collected, and have one goal in mind: saving their country and the world.
Don't say 100%.
Can we just call it a potentially significant event?
Yeah.
Yes.
But it isn't potentially going to happen. It is going to happen.
However, the same could not be said for Janie Orlean, the president in this satirical film centered around a deadly comet.
You should be proud.
Thank you.
Taking it very seriously. Taking it straight in the heart.
She makes selfish choices throughout the movie, including abandoning Earth and escaping to a new, habitable world. That makes it all the more satisfying when she discovers that the locals on this new world are far from friendly. We're going to call that karma.
What is that thing? I believe that's called a brontorok.
Number 9. Megamind. Megamind. Isn't it nice when a villain has a change of heart? DreamWorks' superhero comedy follows supervillain Megamind, who becomes bored after defeating his nemesis Metro Man.
Copper drains my powers. Your weakness is copper? You're kidding, right?
While fighting his protege, hero-turned-villain Titan, Megamind disguises himself as Metro Man and scares Titan off.
I thought you were dead.
My death was greatly exaggerated.
Feeling cocky, he lets the moment go to his head, assuming the fight is ended, only to have Titan return even angrier than before. Megamind's smile is instantly wiped off his face as he realizes that the fight isn't even close to over.
Bet you think it's really funny, huh? Let's all laugh at the really cool guy, huh?
Number 8. Mayor Larry Vaughn. Jaws. When the beach town of Amity Island is suddenly ravaged by a man-eating shark, Mayor Larry Vaughn is desperate to save the town's reputation for the sake of the summer economy.
Look, we depend on the summer people here for our very lives.
You are not going to have a summer unless you deal with this problem.
We're not only going to have to close the beach, we're going to have to hire somebody to kill the shark.
This leads him to cut corners in his search for the shark, including his assumption that the first shark killed is the one behind the deaths.
We can start breathing again. Then getting plenty of pictures for the papers.
You bet he is.
Overjoyed, he declares that the beaches can be reopened and ignores all warnings to the contrary.
I'm pleased and happy to repeat the news that we have in fact caught and killed a large predator that supposedly injured some bathers. But as you see, it's a beautiful day.
This comes back to bite him, no pun intended, when the shark claims another victim. When it comes to safety, cutting corners isn't the answer. Number 7. Eversol. Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. This franchise has featured several characters who thought they were safe, only to get eaten by dinosaurs.
Clever girl.
The first in Fallen Kingdom is Jack, a mercenary who's devoured by the Mosasaurus. However, an even more brutal example comes towards the end of the film with auctioneer Gunnar Eversol.
$24 million.
25 million.
Do I hear 26?
When the dinosaurs break out, he flees into an elevator, shoving a terrified woman out of his way. While he's initially relieved, karma strikes again when the Indoraptor opens the door. The last thing he sees is the dinosaur he was meant to sell. Number 6. Scar, the Lion King. It's always cathartic seeing a villain get what's coming to them, although this was a truly brutal fate.
We'll be prepared.
For what?
For the death of the king.
Is he sick?
No, fool, we're gonna kill him. And Simba, too.
In The Lion King, Scar seeks to secure the throne by any means possible, including manipulation and murder. He even manages to manipulate his henchmen, the hyenas, into thinking he actually cares about them.
You wouldn't kill your old uncle.
So when he survives a fall and sees them approaching, he assumes they're there to help.
Ah, my friends.
Friends? I thought he said we were the enemy.
His relief fades quickly when he realizes that they see his true colors, and they're hungry. It's a fitting end to such a cruel character. Number 5. Cyrus, Diamond Dog, and Swamp Thing. Con Air. These convicts should have known that they couldn't escape Nick Cage.
Go on, man. I'm not leaving without you. Or you.
After the prisoners hijack a plane but crash land in Vegas, they try to escape in a fire truck. They're pretty pleased with themselves, laughing gleefully. And it might have worked except for the doggedness of their pursuers. Cage's character Poe, a former Army Ranger, and U.S. Marshal Vince Larkin.
Just so as you know, Marshal Larkin, there's now 3 men I trust.
During the chase, all 3 men meet their ends in various gruesome ways. Don't count your chickens before they hatch.
You okay? No. Good. Glad we didn't shoot it down, huh? Oh yeah, it worked out much better this way.
Number 4. Hans Gruber. Die Hard. Alan Rickman's iconic villain Hans Gruber might be a cunning criminal mastermind, but he does have his flaws.
All of you relax. This is a matter of inconvenient timing, that's all. Police action was inevitable.
One is his ego, which leads him to underestimate his opponents. After New York cop John McClane interferes in his plans, he holds McClane's estranged wife Holly hostage. He is smug in victory and can't help but gloat.
Still the cowboy. Mr. McClane, Americans, all alike. Well, this time John Wayne does not walk off into the sunset with Grace Kelly.
However, this ends up being his downfall, as it gives McClane enough time to surprise Gruber one last time.
Happy trails, Hans.
You know what they say, pride comes before a fall. Number 3. Thor, Avengers Infinity War. While some of our entries are comical, this one is just tragic.
Today I lost more than you can know. But now is no time to mourn.
During the Battle of Wakanda, Thanos obtains the final Infinity Stone and is about to snap his fingers to wipe out half of all life in the universe. There's a glimmer of hope, however, as Thor plunges his axe Stormbreaker into Thanos' shoulder.
I told you. You'd die for that.
Thor stares his brother's murderer in the eyes and pushes the axe in further. He thinks he's won, but taking all that time for vengeance was a bad idea.
You should have gone for the head.
All Thor can do is scream as Thanos snaps his fingers.
What did you do? What did you do?
It was a gut punch of a moment, one that left the audience feeling just as hopeless as the Avengers. Number 2. Voldemort, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. With Harry seemingly killed, things aren't looking good for the heroes of Hogwarts.
Harry Potter! He's dead!
But they're looking great for Voldemort, and he knows it. With his followers at his back, he gloats over his triumph, demanding that the heroes recognize him as their new leader.
Come forward and join us! Or die.
All the joy drains from his face as Harry springs back to life. He watches in shock as his army starts to abandon him. Voldemort's pride proves to be his downfall. After the horrible things that Voldemort had done, it was incredibly cathartic to see his premature celebration get ruined.
This is, as they say, your party.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The Organization, The Cabin in the Woods. In a world where secret committees create real-life horror movies to appease dark gods, it only makes sense that things would go wrong.
I don't understand. You're celebrating?
They're celebrating. I'm drinking.
The American members of this clandestine organization are literally celebrating, dancing, drinking, and laughing as their final victim is attacked. The party is cut short when they're suddenly informed that someone else has survived.
That's impossible. Everything was done within the guidelines. The verdict's the only one.
Just then, down by the lake, Marty steps in and saves Dana. Realizing that their own lives are now on the line, the organization members start to panic.
We saw them go down the access drop. They have to be in one of these. Internal security could... I don't care if it's not protocol.
Seeing the villains get a taste of horror themselves is undeniably satisfying, even if the fate of the world is at stake. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.